This image was shared by a group called Sunshine Coast Bigfoot Research, based in the Sunshine Coast area of Australia. The region is famous for its beautiful beaches and surf spots, but it also has vast remote bushland in southern Queensland, which is where this sighting is believed to have occurred. The caption describes the photo as showing a female Bigfoot, taken in the stunning landscapes of Australia. It's a notably clear shot of the creature known as the Yowie, a being from Australian folklore, often likened to Bigfoot or Sasquatch in North America. The origins of the Yowie can be traced to indigenous Australian stories, where it is referred to as the Yahoo or Yowie, and depicted as a spirit or creature that roams the bushlands and remote areas. While these stories vary among different indigenous tribes, common themes present the Yowie as either a protector of the land or a mischievous entity, earning both fear and respect. Some accounts portray it as a fearsome creature, while others present it in a more playful light. Reports of Yowie sightings became more common in the 19th and 20th centuries, sparking interest in cryptozoology in the quest to find this elusive creature. Today, the Yowie is seen as a symbol of Australia's unique nature and cultural heritage, blending ancient indigenous lore with modern curiosity about the unknown. The photo shown here is particularly clear, suggesting compelling evidence that the Yowie might indeed exist. This photo of what could be a baby Bigfoot has recently gone viral after being released on July 16, 2024. The image was shared by witness Stephanie Wood through LAD Bible. According to Stephanie, her initial thought was that it might be someone in a costume, perhaps a child, but after closer analysis she isn't so sure. She remarked, "One thing we know in this world is that a lot of times the truth is stranger than fiction. So, is this a baby Bigfoot or a so-called squatchlet? Let's examine the supposed creature. Its face appears pale with features resembling those of a Neanderthal, including a broad nose and a pronounced brow ridge. You can even make out what looks like an ear slightly visible through its fur. The being is covered in thick brown hair, stands upright on two legs, and has a slender build. Although the encounter is backed only by this photograph, Stephanie insists it's genuine. Previously a skeptic, she now seems to believe in its authenticity." A short video clip from a trail camera captures what appears to be Bigfoot. The camera was set up by a river in the woods, intended to monitor wildlife and hunting activity, but it ended up recording something entirely unexpected. In the footage, a deep, guttural voice can be heard. The trail cam owner confirmed that no one should have been in that part of the forest at the time, making it highly unlikely that the sound came from a person. Experts analyzed the vocal range and concluded that the voice was likely too deep for human vocal cords to produce. So, what could it be? Many believe it was Bigfoot, bellowing through the forest. Sasquatches are said to have an impressive vocal range, capable of making both deep, rumbling sounds and high-pitched whoops. These high-pitched calls are often associated with the iconic Bigfoot whooping sounds. While the trail camera only captured a mysterious voice, it still serves as compelling evidence for many enthusiasts. Stacy Brown Jr., a well-known cryptid enthusiast and film director, recently released some unsettling evidence captured by a trail camera. The device, which is designed to take pictures when motion and heat are detected, snapped an intriguing photo. Cryptozoologists are convinced that this image shows a real Bigfoot caught on camera. Upon closer inspection, the creature does appear somewhat ape-like, but its face seems unusual. Clinging to the figure is what is believed to be a baby Sasquatch. The motion blur on the baby suggests it was moving, indicating it was alive at the time. Despite being labeled as a Bigfoot sighting, there are some who speculate that the creature could have been an escaped monkey from a nearby zoo. Yet, questions remain. Why does its face look so peculiar? Could it be a deformed or injured monkey? And if so, how did it end up here, in an area that doesn't naturally have monkeys? The mystery continues, and it seems we may never know for sure. What do you think? Could this be a deformed monkey, or is it truly a Bigfoot or some other unknown cryptid? Here's another intriguing photo, this time potentially showing a Bigfoot or Yeti. A trail camera was set up in the woods, and the last thing the owners expected to capture was a white-haired Sasquatch. The creature is clearly defined, with snow-white hair, and its face is easily visible, featuring dark eyes, a nose, and a mouth. Its appearance is somewhat ape-like, fitting the typical description of Bigfoot. Many viewers often criticize Bigfoot photos for being too blurry, but this one is different. It's remarkably clear, making it evident what we're looking at. However, the main debate is whether this could be a person in a costume. It's difficult to create a costume that looks this realistic, and I've never seen a Bigfoot costume that comes close to this level of detail. Most Sasquatch costumes are easily recognizable as fake, but the face in this photo appears highly defined and structured, unlike a typical mask. What do you think? Did this trail camera capture a real-life Yeti? Let me know your thoughts. Shifting focus from Canada to another Bigfoot hotspot, let's explore recent sightings in Arizona. In this segment, I'll share a few captures from Arizona along with their backstories. The first sighting was released 16 days ago, on September 25th, 2024, by a man named Nick. He was near S Lake on the Navajo Nation reservation when he took this photo. Here's his account. I saw this creature on August 12th, 2024, around 6:30 a.m. I was fishing at a spot called The Point on the northeast side of the lake, just enjoying the scenery, when I noticed something moving out of my left peripheral vision. I stood up and saw it, a creature with reddish hair and a round-shaped head. I quickly snapped photos and tried to stay as still as possible. Nick said the creature was about 250 yards away, so he had to zoom in significantly to capture it. He observed the creature walk down towards the shore of S Lake on the opposite side from where he was fishing. It paused in some bushes on its way down. According to Nick, he was the only person at the lake that day, besides the Sasquatch. Nick recalled that the creature sat in the bushes, then turned around and retreated back to where it had come from. He believes it saw him, as he was in plain sight, which may explain why it moved away. He described the creature's movement as non-human, with elongated strides that were quick, effortless, and silent. Based on nearby fence posts used to keep cattle and horses in the field, he estimated it to be about 7 feet tall. Now, on to the second sighting, also from northeast Arizona on the Navajo Nation. This one shows a creature with a similar color to the previous sighting, but captured at a closer range. The photo reveals defined back muscles, fur, and a classic dome-shaped Bigfoot head. The creature also appears to be quite tall. Along with these two sightings, there have been reports of supposed Bigfoot tracks found northeast of S Lake, specifically across the New Mexico border near Shiprock. The prints were discovered along the San Juan River by a man named Dave Oz, who also captured a photo in the same area. The image shows a dark, hairy, upright creature with broad shoulders and a muscular build. There has been a lot of recent Bigfoot activity reported in the Arizona region, and these sightings have sparked intrigue not only among locals, but also on a global scale. Thomas from RMSO shared that he woke up on the morning of February 17th to strange sounds coming from outside. He quickly hit the record button on his door camera. Across the street from his home, there's a large wooded creek, and the sounds captured were very similar to those heard in the Manura video that was posted on RMSO's YouTube channel on March 12th, recorded in Howland Township, Trumbull County, Ohio. Thomas also provided some photos he took on his phone showing giant log structures in the area. I'll include the audio from the Manura video at the end of this segment so you can compare and understand what he was referring to. This is one of the clearest Bigfoot sightings I've come across. The video was posted on July 5th, 2023, with the caption, "Unknown animal caught on camera in the woods." Initially, the person who captured the footage thought it was a bear, but later realized it was definitely not. The video shows a Sasquatch-like creature hiding in the brush. Once it notices the camera, it quickly retreats and hides. The creature appears to have broad shoulders and looks significantly taller and wider than a human. Judging by where it is standing, it seems to be at least 7 to 9 feet tall, if not taller. Skeptics tried to debunk the footage, suggesting it could be a person in a suit. However, due to its height and width, most believe it's unlikely to be a costume. Just look at its size compared to the tree next to it. This thing makes the tree look small, even though the tree is quite large. Could this be genuine footage of a Bigfoot? Finally, some clear evidence of these beings caught on camera. Here's a look at some intriguing footage, reportedly captured by a man named Harley Hoffman in British Columbia. The video shows a remarkably clear view of what appears to be Bigfoot walking through the woods. The footage is quite clear, making it easy to see the creature, which matches the typical description of Bigfoot. Tall, wide, with long black hair. The evidence is quite compelling. Let's watch it again. The footage was captured by a trail camera placed near a crime scene deep in the woods. Although I couldn't find specific details about the crime, it's known that the camera was set up miles into the forest to monitor the area and potentially gather extra clues. Instead, it recorded something entirely unexpected. The video shows an enormous dark-haired creature, clearly agitated, powerfully moving around and tossing giant tree limbs with ease, practically destroying the area. The sheer strength needed to do this has led many to believe this could be a real Bigfoot sighting. Reports suggest that Bigfoots often behave this way, destroying trees and terrain, either to build shelters or sometimes out of pure aggression. On closer inspection, the creature appears to be covered in dense black fur, with its face partially exposed, revealing dark, hollow eyes. It has broad shoulders, a wide stance, and stands very tall, around 8 feet by estimation. Although the footage is quite clear, some skeptics suggest it might just be a person in a costume. But the creature's height, width, and apparent strength have raised doubts about this explanation. It really makes you wonder. Let's take a look at some remarkable footage of what might be the elusive Bigfoot. A man was flying his drone over the woods, hoping to capture scenic views of the forest and its wildlife, but what he ended up recording was entirely unexpected. As the drone hovered above the treetops, it captured what could be some of the most convincing evidence of Bigfoot yet. The footage shows a hairy bipedal creature walking down a snowy path, seemingly unaware of the drone overhead. Skeptics quickly attempted to dismiss the sighting, suggesting it might be a gorilla. However, the way this creature walks is notably different, more human-like. Unlike gorillas or other primates, which tend to hunch over, this being walked upright with a posture that didn't resemble a primate at all. It's also important to note that this footage was recorded somewhere in the United States, where no wild primates are known to live. So the question remains for viewers, is this genuine footage of Bigfoot? I genuinely believe this could be some of the most convincing and clearest footage of Bigfoot ever captured. People often ask why all Bigfoot videos are blurry. Well, this one definitely isn't. Take a look. The video was first released in 2021, and according to NVTV, it was filmed deep in the woods of Idaho. While the exact location remains unspecified, The footage itself is incredibly realistic. Experts who analyzed the video pointed out several key details, including the creature's unusually long arms and the curved shape of its hands and wrists as it walks. They also highlighted the defined muscle structure. You can even see the calf muscle moving, suggesting it's a real, living being. Skeptics argue that it could simply be a person in a costume, but it's hard to imagine how a suit could replicate such realistic, functioning muscles. The creature also appears much taller and broader than a human, estimated to be at least 8 feet tall. With all this information in mind, what do you think? Could this be clear, close-up footage of a real Sasquatch? Or is it just an elaborate hoax? The following clip captures extremely close-up footage of what could very well be a Bigfoot. In the video, a creature with brownish-orange hair is seen walking through a clearing in the woods, caught on camera by a couple of hikers. While the exact location wasn't provided, the footage is quite compelling. Skeptics were quick to dismiss the encounter, claiming it was just a person in a costume. However, believers countered by pointing out the creature's height, broad shoulders, and notably defined muscle structure. The leg muscles, back muscles, and glutes are all clearly visible and well-defined, flexing and moving naturally, something that would be difficult to replicate with a costume. Additionally, the way the creature moves is intriguing. Its strides resemble those of a human but with slight differences, adding to the authenticity of the sighting. This is some of the most detailed close-up footage of a supposed Sasquatch I've ever seen. What do you think? What do you